have to report on some breaking WWE and ESPN news because the whole partnership is launching way sooner than we had initially anticipated, Nika.
Oh, Christmas comes early?
Well, for ESPN it does, because the subscriptions are going to have to be bought if you want to watch WWE after this next paid live event, August 31st.
So it's starting September, you say?
Starting September 20th. There's a whole brand new event. We're going to get into it. They're launching the whole service with a brand new event.
Wow.
It is nuts. This totally caught me off guard, and I wasn't prepared for it. And ESPN, obviously, they just launched this new app yesterday where you get like all of their network channels at once, plus a bunch of bonus content, documentaries that they've made, films that they've made, probably 30 for 30, stuff like that. But you're also going to get access to live sports, Monday Night Football, the Manning brothers, like everything.
Everything that we watch on ESPN, basically.
The entire catalog, and that now will include paid live events for WWE, the Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and the big one, WrestleMania.
So the Survival Series that's happening in September, it's gonna be on ESPN. It's not gonna be on. Oh, I'm sorry, November. Yeah. It's not gonna be on Peacock anymore.
Correct. It will not. This Clash in Paris is going to be the final Peacock paid live event, and I found an article here from Sports Illustrated that kind of gets into a lot of the fallout and all of what's happening.
All right.
WWE and ESPN launch media partnership early with Wrestlepalooza premium live event. That's right. The new event in September is going to be called Wrestlepalooza. More on that in a second. All main roster WWE premium live events will be available on the ESPN direct-to-consumer streaming service starting in September. So this is happening right now.
I know.
Like we got 10 more days of Peacock, and then it's going to switch over.
Yeah.
So enjoy it while you can, folks. Here is the article. WWE and ESPN will launch their media partnership earlier than previously announced with the debut of the WWE Wrestlepalooza on Saturday, September 20th from the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. And if you didn't know, this is where the Royal Rumble was earlier this year. It is a pretty big venue. So I expect this to have more than a stadium, like 25,000 capacity. This is probably going to be bigger than that.
Yeah.
So look out. Wrestlepalooza will stream live on the new ESPN direct-to-consumer streaming service beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, officially making the sports network the official home of WWE premium live events moving forward. It will also create a massive head-to-head showdown with rival AEW, hosting All Out that same night. And
there's your reasoning right there.
Yeah, this is this is like sticking the knife in and twisting it. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
This is a huge flex by WWE on AEW.
Yeah, definitely.
Huge.
As long as Mickey Mouse is not in charge, I'm good.
However, it is a cutthroat business, so you should always be prepared for anything, including your competition, to try and steal your headlines.
Of course.
And no sympathy for AEW here.
No.
Just the times we live in, everybody.
It's a secondary product.
Well, there was a tweet from our good friend Triple H in the middle of this article. A new home, a new PLE, a new era.
Yeah, they got to recuperate the money that they just spent.
A historic partnership, a major step towards the future.
Yeah.
WWE Wrestlepalooza from Indianapolis on September 20th will air live on ESPN.
Will it be on Netflix as well?
Internationally.
Oh.
Internationally.
We got that.
We'll see. As previously reported, John Cena will headline Wrestlepalooza in what will be his final appearance ever in Indianapolis. Oh, man, they're already pulling at the heartstrings on everybody.
Of course.
It's his last September paid live event, Nika.
Nostalgia.
Last Indianapolis stop.
Bring it more people.
WWE champion Cody Rhodes, World Heavyweight champion Seth Rollins, Women's Intercontinental champion Becky Lynch, CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre are all being advertised for, quote, major matches as well.
That's going to be a huge, huge event based on just the star talent at what you just listed.
And it also, like, kind of gives away maybe some of the Clash in Paris outcomes.
You know, I thought of it when you were reading. I was just like, wow, that means Becky's going to retain, which we kind of predicted. Seth is going to retain.
Hey, they are husband and wife. They should be champions together, Nika.
Right. I get it. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, stay tuned because I think we have to let Paris unfold before we figure out what any of those card matches are going to be. But
crazy.
On September 20th, WWE and ESPN are coming together for a can't miss event to kick off our new partnership, said WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque. The biggest superstars in WWE, the biggest brand in sports media. Are you ready? And that last line was kind of funny because it reminded me right away of the DX theme song from back in the day. Like, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready. You know, the good thing about this event going and debuting on ESPN is, you know, they're going to try and hit a home run. Then there's going to be some major drama and shit that goes down like that. You were like, if you missed it, you're signing up for ESPN the next day and you're saying, never again, damn it. Never again am I missing it.
I have a question.
Okay.
Is Triple H taking his marching orders from Mickey Mouse now?
Well, I have no idea, but we'll ask him. We'll ask him someday.
All right. I hope not.
Mr. Mouse? We saw what he did on South Park to Star Wars. I mean.
Right, exactly. So.
This shit belongs to me now. Well, he now owns Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, and Seth Rollins. He owns the Stomp, you know? He owns the Spear. He owns it all.
I know.
Mickey, no, he doesn't. This is different.
I know.
Disney bought Star Wars. Disney did not buy Star Wars. They bought the rights to broadcast WWE. I said that wrong, but I hope you understand what I mean.
ESPN is part of Disney.
ESPN is a big part of Disney. All right. Well, let's get on with it. We got a little bit more of this article to get through and some important information buried in here. The ESPN DTC service will stream all WWE PLEs annually in their entirety with select simulcasting on ESPN linear platforms. Marquee paid live events include WrestleMania and SummerSlam, both two-night events, as well as Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, Money in the Bank, among others. WWE paid live events will be available to all ESPN DTC subscribers with the unlimited plan. So yeah, you will need to get this app to watch everything guaranteed. Sometimes it might be on the channels on cable, but it's not guaranteed.
What happens to the people that subscribe to Peacock and were expecting this event to be on Peacock?
Well, glad you asked that, Nika. The very next question in the article says, so what does this mean for Peacock? And then there's like a second headline in the middle of the article, and it says, WWE Clash in Paris will mark the end of the Peacock era for main roster premium live events. No more Peacock after this for your entertainment purposes. You will have to have ESPN in the United States. Netflix internationally gets everything. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's finish this article here because this is interesting to me. WWE Clash in Paris coming up on Sunday, August 31st, will be the final main roster premium live event to air on Peacock. The early launch of the ESPN partnership means that Crown Jewel on Saturday, October 11th, and Survivor Series on Saturday, November 29th will both be streamed on ESPN DTC this year. The Hollywood Reporter has learned that WWE and NBC Universal have struck a deal to keep all NXT paid live events streaming on Peacock. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select is also reporting that future Saturday night's main event shows will now air on Peacock instead of NBC. So they used to be simulcast on Peacock and NBC. So I guess NBC is like, all right, if you're taking everything to ESPN, we're out, but we'll keep this.
We are out, but not really.
Yeah, it's like, well, okay, we'll keep this. Like, because it's so big, they want to keep whatever they can keep their hands on it with. And that's why they're keeping the NXT part of it. Tickets for Wrestlepalooza will go on sale starting today, Friday, August 22nd at 10 a.m. Eastern. So that happened. I'm sorry, 10. It says 7 p.m. Pacific, but that's got to be wrong. That via Ticketmaster. So I don't know if there's tickets still available or not. Wrestlepalooza tickets will begin Thursday. Oh, pre-sale. Yeah, whatever. If you got them, you got them. Good luck if you did not. But that is the information. It says official Wrestlepalooza priority pass packages are also now available through WWE's exclusive partner On Location, offering fans premium seating, hospitality events featuring superstar appearances, exclusive photo opportunities, and more. Fans can buy packages now to secure access before the general public. Ooh, are you jumping at it, Nika?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, we got through all of that article. Thanks for Sports Illustrated for the information, but also for doubling up as part of the marketing wing of the WWE, apparently, at the end there. Good Lord. All right. I want to talk about some takeaways from this article, Nika. First of all, this is happening really fast.
Yeah. They just spend lots of money by acquiring AAA from Mexico. So they got to recuperate some funds.
Well, apparently the WWE ESPN partnership is allowed to start early because of semantics.
What?
Because WrestleMania was a 2-night event and SummerSlam was a 2-night event and WrestleMania was a 2-night event last year as well. That's 3 times that a paid live event went 2 days. So by mathematical purposes, in WWE's mind, they've met the number of days of paid live events, not necessarily the number of actual individual events, but the number of days of airing.
That was the contract.
That was the contract. And so they agreed to just handshake on it, I guess, and be done. No hard feelings because they want to keep Saturday night's main event. They want to keep that part of the relationship happy. And that's only 4 broadcasts a year.
But you still need it.
They're not even going on television. They're just going on Peacock. So I have a weird question to ask about this. Is there going to be commercials anymore on Saturday night's main event? Because we don't really need them. You can show me a 10-minute ad before the thing starts if you want me to, but I really hate the way those matches are written. You know, I really hate the way they take you out of the action and expect you to like come back with people in different places and you're supposed to be able to buy into that. Like, wait, how did we get here?
Right.
So as much as I like Saturday night's main event, there's issues with the broadcast that personally bother me with it. However, I think it's ironic that we need to keep flipping Peacock. We have to keep Peacock if you want to watch everything. You have to keep this just to watch 4 Saturday night's main events a year.
That's nuts.
Now, I'm going to clarify and say that I think we got Peacock on a special price and we pay like less than what a month of ESPN costs for the whole year.
Yes.
And that's what also hurts about it, is because that was the cost for PLEs for us. Was just this flat fee. It was like a sale, $20 one-time purchase, $25 one-time purchase, whatever.
For a whole year.
Whole year. Now it's $29.99 a month.
Yes.
Man, that's a
lot.
Steep increase. That is a steep increase for people in the United States.
It's a lot. For people like us that would just watch ESPN, we're getting the Disney and Hulu voiced on us because it's a package deal.
When you factor in that the international audience gets all of this on Netflix, they get SmackDown, they get Raw, and they get all of these paid live events in one place.
No commercials.
No commercials, one subscription, that's it. I mean, it's like a dream come true. And here it's like they can't wait to get it spread out on as many different platforms as possible. Why make it easy for the United States consumer when capitalism just lets you run amok with it?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I don't love this. I wouldn't have so much of a problem with it if everything was available on ESPN, much like it is with Netflix internationally. Like if you were giving me Raw, SmackDown, and the paid live events, everything under one place, $29.99 a month. Well, it's steep, but it's everything. I don't have to have Peacock and Netflix anymore to watch all the WWE. I just need to have ESPN.
Right.
That probably would have balanced itself out a little bit better. But you still have to have Netflix. You still have to have USA Network.
Yeah.
You still have to have Peacock. And now you have to have this new ESPN. So it's like nobody's winning here in the United States.
No.
Nobody. And all that's going to happen is they're going to encourage more piracy, more watching international streams. Hell, they're better anyway without the commercials, like because they're on Netflix.
Yeah.
Hey, Nika, our guy Seth Rollins, he was on ESPN yesterday. Seth Rollins is my favorite. Can he convince me? Can he convince you that this is all worth it? What do you think? Let's go. Let's hear from Mr. Visionary over here.
The big announcement yesterday. Tell the fans what they can expect September 20th. A surprise, Greeny, surprise, everybody. If you're a wrestling fan, you're used to watching our premium live events on Peacock for the last 4 years. We are moving to ESPN, and we are moving sooner than expected, September
Ooh.
20th. All of our
Cost me
premium
money,
live
Seth.
events, which are our big, formerly pay-per-views, are moving to ESPN, to all the ESPN platforms. We're kicking it off in Indianapolis on the 20th of September with the first ever WWE Wrestlepalooza. I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked to be a part of the ESPN family.
What does it mean? What is the look? I'm a kid
right,
who grew up
let's
with
pause that
Roddy.
So really no information here. Hilarious, though, that Seth Rollins is already on a nickname basis with Mike Greenberg here from ESPN SportsCenter. His name is Greeny. According to Seth Rollins. So we're already getting comfortable with each other here in the new surroundings, Nika.
Well, who else they gonna try it? They have to put Seth because he can sell it.
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best. And a lot of this is marketing talk here from one of the stars, which is like, you never know how cheap of the talk is. But he's about to tap into something here that was near and dear to my heartstrings. Let's take a listen.
What does it mean? What is the look? I'm a kid who grew up with Roddy Piper, and we got a lot of different people in this room who are different people who are differently excited than they might normally be for a guest that we have to see you here. What does it mean to you to have the WWE and ESPN come together like this?
Well, for me personally, I mean, I grew up, a lot of people had like the Saturday morning cartoons or the morning cartoons before school. I grew up watching SportsCenter. That's what kind of sports fan I was. I grew up watching replays of SportsCenter in the morning before I went to school. So the fact that we're here teaming up with ESPN, it's like my two favorite things in the world, sports and WWE coming together. And it's huge for us as an industry. Professional wrestling has been a part of kind of Americana for many, 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 many years in different iterations. And as we start to dip our toe even further into the mainstream and really integrate ourselves into the mainstream, this is a huge step for us, legitimizing what we do as artists, as athletes. And like I said, for me personally, to be a part of the ESPN family is huge. I'm looking forward to this partnership and everything that it brings.
That's it.
All right. Well, thanks, Seth, for the marketing plug there. Look, I got to be honest. This didn't really move the needle for me. I do want to say I also grew up with SportsCenter. I could totally relate to everything he was saying there. Like, I ate breakfast every morning. I watched the big show. And I went to the bus stop afterwards and talked to my friends about what we watched on SportsCenter, you know, and it was literally like a ritual every morning before school. So I could totally relate to that part of it. And this just tells me that they're trying to market this to me, my generation, my age group that grew up watching it that way. I don't think this is a thing anymore. I think people see the highlights so quickly on Twitter and stuff nowadays that they don't really have a need to watch SportsCenter as much. And I feel like the boomers in my generation are the only ones that even watch SportsCenter anymore.
Nostalgia.
It is. It is. And, you know, we like our nostalgia.
Of course.
But we don't like to see it jump the shark either.
No.
And sports and WWE coming together, he mentions that here. We've seen it, Nika. We've seen a lot of it this year. Probably now that we're paying attention to it more than ever, we are seeing it more than ever. The baseball games, the first pitches, Dominic Mysterio in San Diego, Tiffany Stratton in New York, the Mets comes to mind. We've seen a lot of these cross promotions happening. We saw the Eagles bring the Super Bowl trophy into Raw this past week. We saw Jeff Passan, the ESPN insider, analyst, whatever you want to call him, doing the Penta sign at Raw with a bunch of little kids around him. So
there's a lot of crossover.
There's a lot of crossover and you know,
I mean, football.
I think this is ultimately, I don't know. I see and hear everything he's saying. I feel like it might backfire because of the cost, because it is such a steep cost increase. You know, that was the one thing Vince McMahon was apparently really good at, is the tickets to the actual wrestling shows in the 80s and 90s were not going to make a family go bankrupt.
Yeah.
You know, and I wonder if this is just too much of an overreach by the powers that be. And like you said, ESPN just paid a premium amount of money for WWE. WWE is buying up some of the other brands around the world globally to put into their stable of wrestling brands, and everything's growing and growing and growing. And who pays the price for that?
The consumer.
The consumer.
And we get stuck with the bill and not the best product at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm concerned about this one. And I'm concerned that they're going to lose younger people, you know, and that's who they need to continue growing the brand and whatnot. So that does make me concerned. I'm not going to lie. And as much as I love Seth, I think they better be careful. And, you know, I want to take us back to just a couple weeks ago when we announced this partnership. You and I gave a warning at the end of our segment to our listeners, and that we told them that they should not necessarily jump into this right away because they didn't need to do anything about it until January of 2026 for the Royal Rumble. Well, with them admittedly now moving this up, they've moved it up to September. That is not true anymore. That is no longer the case. And one of the things we had recommended at that time was waiting until Black Friday to see if there was an opportunity at possibly getting a discount. So let's see how this gets, you know, received in the marketplace. Do they get the amount of subscribers that they're hoping for, or are they falling short? When companies like this fall short of reaching their goals, they tend to put a discount on the product. Well, I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case because there's already a special being offered. It is basically showing Disney Plus and Hulu are going to be able to come packaged free with your ESPN direct-to-consumer subscription. So if you pay for the whole $29.99 a month, you're now going to get free Disney Plus access and free Hulu access. Not to be confused with Hulu Live. You're not going to get live cable.
Right.
You're going to just get
their libraries.
Hulu libraries. So if a show airs on Tuesday night, you will get access to it the next morning usually. But anyways, it doesn't really move the needle a lot for me.
No,
it's not
it
a huge
doesn't.
discount like I was hoping for.
It doesn't. The ESPN, as far as I can remember, was never part of a Hulu and Disney Plus subscription model. It was always a separate thing.
Right. You mentioned that on the last episode, and it's true. So now that they're offering those for free with this, it tells me that the sports is what they care about most when it comes to like the subscription and it's obviously it's the most expensive.
Of course, because the other ones don't bring as much money.
Yeah,
They
exactly. And not as many people are watching them as they used to when it first came out.
Right.
Also, this special that they're advertising shows it's through January 5th. So I feel like that outrules any new special coming in on Black Friday this year. We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, those numbers could still be, you know, lower than anticipated, and they might decide to change course and be like, we got to get this adapted by people before we start charging an arm and a leg for it.
Yeah. I don't think right now the price justifies what you're getting.
I don't think so either. I really hate this. I really wish it was Netflix worldwide. The international market is clearly getting a better deal here, a way better deal.
Absolutely.
Shame on WWE for turning their back on their most loyal long-term customers.
Yeah.
We started this shit for you. We made it what it is today in the 80s and 90s. And now you're charging us the most to have access to it while you're letting the new people, you're just like cell phone companies.
Yeah.
You're just like cell phone. You want to give the new people that you're onboarding the biggest discounts, and you want to stab your longest time customers in the back.
That's why you lose customers.
So we'll see, Seth. We'll see how this works out for the visionary. I hope this wasn't your vision because you might find yourself fired.
I hope it's not his vision.
Just kidding. All right. Well, that's all we got for today, Nika.
All right. We are out.
I think those were pretty good.